Good morning, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, so today we're going to use the Raincoast Visions Tarot with the Oracle of the Red Circus. Both decks by Christoph James. Okay, so this is what I am using for the week ahead reading. So let's put those cards to one side for a minute. Ouch. And let's shuffle the cards. Oh, cards already flew out. So let's have a look here. Oh, there's a few cards that are popping in. Oh, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. And then the 3, which makes it 9. Interesting. Okay, so we have... okay, we've got the world to begin with. It feels like this week is about moving into new possibilities. It feels like there's new cycles. It feels like you're leaving behind the old. You've achieved what you need to achieve. You've maybe become an expert in your area, in the knowledge that you've gained, but now you're ready to sort of start again. You're becoming the student again in what's going on. There's a new cycle, new things going on. Now here you've got the sense with the King of Cups to find some emotional balance. I think it's important here. I know you've got the sense of being kind, being generous, but boundaries is going to be very important here. Taking a practical approach to your emotions is going to be super important. Not diving deep into whatever's going on for you right now. It is a lot about it does feel like there is a lot of illusions going on. There is some stuff that you need to sort of, maybe something that's making you very anxious. There could be something that's sort of making you a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous about what's going on. So trust your intuition a little bit. If you're feeling like, oh, something's not quite right, trust that intuition. Okay, that's why I'm talking about not diving deeply into something. Not diving deeply into something, but allowing yourself that, yes, you're moving into new possibilities here. There's new cycles, but you do need to be a little bit aware of where you're going. Be very careful of any illusions. It does feel like just to be very, very wary here. There is some stuff about letting go of the old, about transformation. There are some changes taking place within your journey. It does feel like there's a sense of things ending and things beginning. There's new beginnings. There is some stuff that you are in this process of letting go. That's why I just keep saying about being careful about this illusion. I feel like I think you've built up something in your mind so much. You've built up something and it's not quite what you expect. It's not quite what you expect. So you sort of got to let those ideas go, that ideas go. And it's important with the Page of Swords is that you've got this sense of being able to communicate the ideas about what's important to you. Being able to communicate clearly is important here. Being able to have that sense of seeking the truth. I think you need to seek the truth of the situation. I don't think things are quite as they seem. I keep getting that. I don't feel like things, and that's why you've got these changes going on, and there's some things that you need to sort of end and let go of. I keep getting like you need to let go of something because things are not quite what you expect them to be. And so there's a lot of sense about introspection. You need to look at things a little deeper. I think you need to go into a little bit of solitude, a little bit of isolation, to sort of try and get a clearer picture about what's really going on in the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture of what's actually happening here? And so you get that sense. So if you do that, and you've got that sense of, I think there's a lot of worry going on. There is that sense of, so again, I keep getting that isolation. It's interesting with the 5 of Coins. The isolation is quite important here with that solitude, that sense of being on your own so you can introspect about where you're going, looking at your anxiety, your worry. It's interesting that sort of ties in again. looking at, I get a sense of like poor me sort of energy. Hey, look at the things that you can overcome physically. Look at the things that you can change. I think that's very, very important. And so you get the sense with the Judgment card of awakening and giving you the chance for redemption. So you got that chance of sort of awakening to what's going on, the sense of renewed energy. So you've got this understanding about what's actually happening here, which is super important. And once you do that, once you have an understanding of what's going on and looking at the things that you can change, looking at the things beyond the illusion, being able to sort of realize that things are not always as they seem, you're going to, and look at the things that you can change with a little bit of confidence. With the Six of Rods, you've got that sense of victory, success, moving forward, creating a bit of sort of harmony in your energy here. Super important. So a very interesting, a very challenging week, but I think you'll be okay. I do feel like you're going to have the success and the victory if you can just give you some time for isolation, to separate yourself from what's going on in regards to the situation that's happening. It does feel like you've achieved something, you're moving into something new, you've got that sense of not diving completely into it, hold yourself back a little bit. I get that's quite important here, to not dive deeply into it. Take a practical approach with your emotions. Look below the illusion, look below what you see in the surface. Look, I think you need to emotionally, I'm getting a lot of emotions going on. The moon's quite emotional. I do get that. The King of Cups is emotional. So you do have some sense of emotion going on here. So, yeah, I do feel like there's a lot of changes happening, a lot of things going on with the changes, moving into new circles, going through into new cycles. The moon's also about cycles as well as the world. You've got that death going into something new. You've got that renewed energy going on up. You leave behind the old, that ending. And so this going into this isolation seems quite important, being able to sort of separate yourself from the world for a minute, just separate yourself from everything that's going on, and just to get a clearer picture about what you're going, that awakening, so you get that understanding about what's actually going on here. And then you've got this chance for success, this chance to actually move forward on your journey. Okay, so so let's have a look at the Oracle of the Red Circus. Let's have a look and see what card we're going to pull out. Oh, interesting. So, what do we get here? The Blind Man. Not being able to see what's actually going on here. When you're blind to the needs of others, you do yourself a disservice, as the shoe may eventually end up on the other foot. But I also get that sense with the Blind Man, is you're not quite seeing the bigger picture at the beginning of the week. You're not quite seeing the bigger picture, so that's why the isolation is quite important. The solitude, the meditation, the reflection. And here you've got the dragonfly. When a dragonfly appears in your reading, it appears an increase in maturity and a time of great. Again, you get the changes, the transformation. So if you can actually stop for a second and realize that you're not quite seeing the bigger picture about things, there are going to be some changes going on. There's going to be a week of changes. A lot of stuff happening. Like one more card here. Oh, this one here is what's right here. With succubus. You may be visited in your dreams by a succubus. She can easily be sent on her way with a wave of the hand. So how confident are you in moving forward and having the success? What's your goal? What's your vision to what you want to do? I think that's part of the process there as well, is when you go through these changes, to be able to see the success, being able to sort of wave away those that sort of drain your energy, those that are not good for you, or the situation that's not good for you. I think that's where the isolation comes into play, and be able to sort of move it away and say, hey, wait a minute, this is not the direction I want to go in, this is what I want to actually do. So I think that's a really interesting reading to sort of look at as you move forward this week. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care. Blessed be.